Bonjour tout le monde. This is the video that I promised I would make for you, talking about superlatives and comparative words in French for the best of times, the worst of times, for better days, for worse days. We're going to learn how to use words like better and worse, the best, the worst in French. There are a few rules that are different than they would be in English, and we'll go over them. But generally, for people who are native English speakers, I think that this is relatively intuitive. You just need to know some of the vocabulary. So let's get to it. So if you are simply the best, better than all the rest, or if you're simply the worst, the words that indicate that are la meilleure or le meilleur. If I had a plural, it would be les meilleurs with an S on the end of whichever one it was that was the masculine or feminine word. So I say here, Marie est la meilleure danseuse au bal. La meilleure. Marie est féminine et donc elle est la meilleure. Jacques est le meilleur joueur de football à Tulane. Jacques est masculin, donc le meilleur. Ou, otherwise, if you're simply the worst, Marie est la pire danseuse au bal. She's the worst. Jacques est le pire joueur de football à Tulane. So the superlative comes with, just as we say the best and the worst in English as the superlative, that is true also in French, but it is gendered and rendered plural. Like I would say in English, they are the best. They are the best chefs, plural, and I wouldn't change the word best and add an S to it. The French, though, they would say, ils sont les meilleurs chefs. Les meilleurs with an S. And if it's not better or worse, but an adjective, there are a set of rules that that goes with that. So if I'm the most, or someone is the most something. Here I imagine a woman named Suzanne. Suzanne est la fille la plus mince au défilé de mode. Suzanne is the skinniest girl at the fashion show. Maurice est le serveur le plus poli au restaurant. I say, notice what I'm doing here. La fille, le serveur are nouns. And then I add after that the adjective, just as I would say, Suzanne est une fille mince. Or Maurice est un serveur poli. Because the adjective goes after the noun in these cases, I would add them after with the superlative term. La fille la plus mince, le serveur le plus poli. But let's say I want to say Suzanne is beautiful and Maurice is handsome. There are a variety of adjectives that come before a noun, and they usually relate to age or size or prettiness or ugliness. And that's like I would say, I don't say une dame vieille, for instance, and a lady old. Je dis, I say, une vieille dame. I don't say un bâtiment grand, a building big. I would say un bâtiment noir if it's a black building in terms of just the color of the stone, but un grand bâtiment or un petit bâtiment, little or big, becomes before. There are a few adjectives. We went over this a good long while ago. And consequently, the superlative also comes before. So, for instance, Suzanne est la plus belle fille au défilé de mode. She's the most beautiful woman at the défilé de mode. Maurice est le plus beau serveur au restaurant. Maurice is the most handsome waiter at the restaurant. Again, adjectives that go before noun that are usually related to size, age, or prettiness or ugliness in a sentence without a superlative also give the superlative a similar form. So if you ask yourself, would I put the adjective before or after the noun, that will tell you where the superlative goes. Or if you're the least. So I would do that as well. That rule applies when I'm using the least. Suzanne est la fille la moins mince au défilé de mode. She's the least skinny girl at the fashion show. Maurice est le serveur le moins poli au restaurant. Maurice is the least polite waiter at the restaurant. Suzanne est la moins le serveur le moins poli, I said. And then Suzanne est la moins belle fille au défilé de mode. She's the least pretty girl at the fashion show. Maurice est le moins beau serveur au restaurant. He's the least handsome waiter at the restaurant. Notice that the placement remains the same for le moins as well as le plus. And then there are comparative words. If I am better or worse at something, or less or more, these are the words. So if I want to say I play tennis better than Jean, je joue mieux au tennis que Jean. I play better tennis, I'm basically saying, than Jean. Jean joue pire au tennis que moi. Jean plays worse tennis than me. Charles est moins intelligent que Jacqueline. So Charles is less intelligent than Jacqueline. And notice that I've taken away the articles. There's no le or la here. Charles est moins intelligent que Jacqueline. Jacqueline est plus intelligente que Charles. So, plus ou moins, without the le plus or le moins, without the article, that's what would be the correct way to express the thing that you are trying to say in a comparative fashion. So here is your homework, and this will take a little practice. It's actually not that intuitive to translate sometimes these things, but we'll see how you do. So I've used largely French names. Alain is the best employee at his company. Pierre is the worst carpenter in the world. Simone writes better than Jean-Paul does, and if any of you know French feminism, you know that's true. Edith and Yves are the best singers in France. Lupita is the most beautiful woman. Fight me if I'm wrong. Donald is the biggest idiot here, let us admit. The food Emerald cooks is less delicious than the food Julia cooks. And finally, my dog is less intelligent than your husband, by about that much in some cases, but it's true. Anyway, you have your marching orders. We'll talk about these sentences in the next class.